Hello everyone and welcome back. Welcome to another crafty decor adventure. Olivia here, the Olivias Romantic Home, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys 15 DIY Dollar Tree winter romantic kind of Valentine's Day decor crafts. So this is another episode in my Home Sweet Home series, and in this series I just want to share with you guys how you can kind of romance your home. You can do that on a budget and make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget, which I love to do, and I love to share with you guys so many different DIYs and just little projects and decorating ideas. So if you guys love that, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you punch the bell and click all, it will update you every single time I post a new video. And also don't forget to enter my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. I'll have the details in the description box below. It's totally easy to do. All you guys have to do is subscribe and comment. So I love y'all. I hope wherever you're at, you're staying cozy and warm and staying positive. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how to make a beautiful blooming roses tree using, you guessed it, a Dollar Tree plunger. So I'm going to take this Dollar Tree plunger and hot glue a generous layer of hot glue to the top part of the plunger and then add my stem of roses. I used about 7 or 8 roses here, and I'm doing some super awkward mom dancing or funny mom dancing, so bear with me. You guys, please have a good laugh at this. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how awkward this was going to look on camera, but at least you guys can get a good laugh with me, and hey, maybe you can dance with me as well. So once you have all of your bundles hot glued on, and you are going to have to hold on to them, it's sped up for camera purposes, but hold on to them, be patient, jam out some music, and then you can hot glue some burlap to the top and begin to wind your burlap in and around your planter. And you don't necessarily even have to use burlap. You could use some pretty ribbon, whatever floats your boat. I feel like the burlap makes it look a little bit more like a tree, but again, use whatever you have on hand and whatever suits your fancy. So I'm going to continue to wrap it around the little plunger until I get all the way to the bottom. Once I get to the bottom, I'm going to snip it off with my scissors and then add a little dibble dabble of hot glue, and then I can plunge it into my base. Now for the base of this plunger, I actually chose a Dollar Tree wine bucket, and lo and behold, I've never seen these wine buckets before. So check your party section. I was excited to find them. Now you're going to flip your plunger inside out, plunge it directly into the wine bucket. They also sell those taller galvanized metal buckets in the decor section, and I'm always happy when a project works out. So either one of those will work. Now I'm taking some of the little Dollar Tree stones. You could use gems, you could use rocks, whatever you want to kind of give it some weight. Then Dollar Tree sells 4 packs of foam, and these are the rectangular kind of thinner ones. They will fit perfectly down into that wine bucket if that's what you're using. I'm also going to add some moss to the top of that. Dollar Tree sells the moss. You can use Excelsior grass, whatever you love. Now I decided to take my roses and bloom them out. You could leave them gathered into a bundle. It's kind of whatever look you want and whatever you're going for. Have fun with it, get creative, and go for it. Now the next thing I decided to add was a cute little bow. So this bow I have had floating around in my craft stash, and I'm just going to use my easy bow maker. You guys can get these on Deco Exchange, super inexpensive. I think they're about $12. So you're going to take and pop your ribbon in. I'm going to do a 5-inch bow. It has a little measurement tool, and you're just going to make your bow go side to side. I'm going to go 5-inch and then 4-inch, and then voila, you have a perfect little fabulous bow. I love these when my hands are bothering me. It holds my bow in the center, and then you can just cut your ribbon in a little dovetail, and there you have it. So once you have that done, you guys can take a pipe cleaner or wire or another ribbon and just tie off your bow in the center. And check this bow out. I just love using this. Sometimes I really like to change things up. I will link a big huge bow video for you guys down below with tons of different bows that require no tools or whatever you guys guys want to use for your bows. Just tons of different ideas for you guys. So here it is. I popped it in next to my fireplace. I thought it gave a nice little pop of color. And there's Benji Bear, my dog. He is always wanting to be right by me, crafting or playing or getting into things. He's really good at helping me or getting into things. So real life here, he actually got a pair of Mr. Romantic shorts and was dragging those around. I was going to edit that out because I was like, he probably shouldn't be chewing on our clothes, but I just thought he was so adorable and you guys love seeing him. So here's a real life moment for you guys right there. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm actually going to take these picture frames that I picked up from TJ Maxx. I got them at a super great deal and they kind of have like this shadow box effect. And then I'm going to take these little Dollar Tree Valentine's Day gift bags. They come 3 for $1. I'm going to remove the little insert matte frame thingies and I'm going to cut the top handles off of the gift bags. Now, if you don't have these shadow box kind of frames, you can always use any frame and just remove the glass part to do this project. I'm going to remove also the handle on the other one and we're going to make them kind of match but use just different colors. The other thing I'm going to use in this project is the Dollar Tree felt roses, and thank you, I have the best subscribers. One of my sweet subscribers sent me these roses, so I'm also going to use those in these projects. Now I didn't want to damage the mat on these frames or the roses, so I decided just to use tape. So I'm going to tape the gift bags to the back of the matting very gently in just a couple of pieces, and then I'm also going to tape the little felt roses on. So this is also maybe a nice fun project that you guys could do with kiddos or grandkids, especially since you're not going to be using any hot glue. Now, if you're not going to be using a shadow box type frame where the roses are going to be held in a little bit more securely, Dollar Tree also sells like little glue dots, so you might try those as well. We'll see how well the tape holds in here. So I'm just going to kind of arrange my cute little roses. I chose the felt red roses for the more vibrant gift bag, and then for the pink gift bag I just chose the pink and the purple, and I kind of arranged them to make them look super cute, and then again I just taped them on. So a little tip when you're going to put your beautiful little picture that you created back into your frame, you're going to want to lift it up because it will have a hard time sliding underneath the little piece to slide the frame back onto. And then once I had that done, I just slid the backing back on, and voila, we have a fabulous little framed rose picture on a teeny tiny budget using items from the Dollar Tree and some pretty little picture frames. You guys can even look around your house, gather up some picture frames. You don't even necessarily have to go out and spend money on this project. Just get creative, have fun, and go for it. And I had to share with you guys my house, my little dining room at night. I thought the Christmas tree was just so pretty with the glow of the lights, especially if some of you guys have been asking me about keeping a tree up through until Valentine's Day. You guys can totally do that. I just think it's a nice little touch and it's so cozy. And then Tinky the cat had to say hi. She's a little bit shy. She's not on camera nearly as much as Benji Bear, the puppy dog, but there she is. She likes to eat up on the table because he kind of harasses her, and he also eats her food. But they do actually play and get along, but she likes to have like her queen's perch, if that makes sense, because he is a puppy dog. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, actually I want to share with you guys how you can jazz up some candles. And I guess this is more of just kind of like a repurposing DIY. But I'm going to take some candlesticks and candles, and these are those flickering flameless candles. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love them. I'll link some in my Amazon store. And then I'm going to take this ribbon. This is the same ribbon we used on the tree. And I'm going to use my Easy Bow Maker and just go back and forth with my Easy Bow Maker. And I'm going to make a 4-inch bow. Actually, I think this was more of like a 3 to 2-inch bow. It really depends on how big your candles and candlesticks are. But I want to create a blooming candle. I think it's such a fun way to just add a little bit of decor to your candle and candlesticks for seasonal. Just give it a little bit of pop and oomph. Now, this is, of course, a little bit extra, but I do love to go a little bit extra. So I'm also dovetailing my ends, and by dovetailing my ends, I'm just cutting a little triangle in an upwards direction, and I'm just going to pop that onto the edge of my candle. Now I'm going to fluffy up my bow and then tie it off with a pipe cleaner in the center. We're going to cover up the pipe cleaner, so it's not a big deal what color the pipe cleaner is. The next thing I want to do is use some Dollar Tree pitberry garland. Slide that down over the candle, and the pitberry garland comes already kind of in a round, but you will need to take it apart and loosen it up. I'm going to use some of this pretty little Dollar Tree striped ribbon. Oh my goodness, you guys, it is so pretty. I just love it. Tie off that larger ribbon with the smaller ribbon. And then you don't have to use any additional wires or anything like that. And it'll be fine on there, and you can just kind of fluffy up your bow. And again, this is like another no glue craft. Now I decided it needed a little bit something extra, so I'm transitioning kind of some of my greenery into a more spring greenery. You guys could always use evergreen greenery. That is fine. It really depends, I feel like, on the area that you live in, how much winter greenery you want to use, or maybe spring greenery, or what your personality is, or if you're like me, what mood are you in? I was in the mood for a little bit of both, so I chose this kind of more spring greenery, and then I'm just giving it a bit of a fluffing with my greenery and my bow. And you guys could add some roses here. You could really get creative and bloom it out. And I just did an exact same match on the smaller one. These candlesticks came from Hobby Lobby on super duper clearance after Christmas. I was like, ooh, I guess they considered the gold candles Christmas because they were gold, but to me, I was like, ooh, I think they're fabulous. So I went ahead and scooped them up. And here are our blooming candlesticks. I popped them in next to my TV on my little mantle with my fireplace going, and on the YouTube you guys can Google snow falling, or just search in your YouTube search bar snow falling, and the prettiest scenery comes in. This was actually an 8-hour loop, and it has this relaxing music. My daughter and I were about to fall asleep to it, but it was so peaceful with just the snowy setting. We don't really get much snow here, but we get really cold weather, which is kind of strange, but it's not strange. It's just a lot to deal with. A lot of really cold weather. Anyway, for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create some super adorable plates using these clear plates. Now, I picked these up on clearance last year from Walmart. They were 50 cents, I believe, but Dollar Tree also carries clear plates in their party section, their plastic plates, or you can also look for clear plates in their regular section, or again at Walmart. So whatever floats your boat, grab some clear plates. Use tons of Mod Podge. I probably used too much Mod Podge here, but Mod Podge dries really quickly, and so I'm always a little bit nervous that if I don't use enough, it's going to dry too quickly. But you guys can always have a little bit of a paper towel on hand. What we're going to do is add Mod Podge to the back of this plate and then lay a beautiful seasonal scarf over this. And I'm choosing a Valentine's Day scarf, and we're going to make a really pretty Valentine's Day plate. So I didn't have any Valentine's Day plateware to add to my little dining room decorative shelf. And because I already have so much Valentine's Day crafting supplies, I didn't want to go out and buy more Valentine's Day decor. I really want to use what I have, and I like to craft my own decor. If you guys are new here, welcome. I'm a crazy crafty mama, and I love to make all my seasonal decor pretty much handmade. It just brings me joy. It keeps me busy, and I just love crafting. So I am going to lay this over my plate here, and I will tell you, I love using scarves for Mod Podging. This was a first for me, but it was a winner chicken dinner because, wow, it was so easy to use. It doesn't tear like napkins, and so this is just going to sit on a shelf. It is for decor purposes only, okay? Don't use something that you've added glue to eat off of. Don't ever do that. Or that you've painted on top of. Don't eat off of that either. So just use these for fun, for decor. And then I'm going to also add this to my smaller plate as well. So these are fun, easy ideas to do on a budget. Maybe you have a cute little scarf already in your stash. The Dollar Tree scarves are rather thin. So if you are crafting your stash, look for a thin piece of fabric or scarf. Or you guys could do this also with tissue paper or napkins. You just doesn't have to be a scarf craft. Fun and fabulous on a budget. And then once I was finished with this, I just set them aside and set them on top of a ribbon spool so they could dry and they didn't stick to anything. And then you just trim off the excess scarf with scissors. That's it. I didn't show that part, but that's all you have to do. It's super easy. And then I pop them into my little dining room shelf over here, and they're sitting next to my gnomes. I just thought it was just such a fun little idea. Easy peasy on a budget. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you guys the easiest little springtime kind of floral, and yes, I did say spring. Listen, I love spring flowers, and any excuse to decorate flowers, I'm all in. I picked up this Flowers and Garden tin from Dollar Tree. I popped some styrofoam down in. If you guys get the square white cubes from Dollar Tree, they will fit perfectly into this Flowers and Garden Market little tin, and you don't even really need to use hot glue. Sometimes I do use hot glue, but honestly, it's not really necessary. So this is the Dollar Tree lavender, and I used about 6 bundles, and I'm just popping it directly into the center, and I'm going to kind of go the purple and the white and the purple and the white just to kind of mix it up. You guys could use other florals too. Don't be disappointed if you can't find the lavender. Use some lilacs or some tulips or some pretty roses. Have fun with it. Make something beautiful and fresh and fabulous, and it's okay to use spring colors or spring flowers in January. I feel like it's completely okay because at least for me, I need to see some color and I need to see some spring colors in my home. I'm dancing around. This is what makes me happy. So you guys decorate with whatever makes you happy, and this is what makes me happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed my awkward mom dancing and my ode to spring. I just have to have it because we have very, very long winter months here. We don't get snow. So it makes it hard for me to decorate like with snow stuff, but we get really, really cold weather, and that can be really hard on me. And so I do a lot of spring dreaming, and I like to decorate with spring florals. So anyway, I'm popping my lavender into my little bucket here, and you guys can also paint these buckets. I was gonna paint this one white, but time really didn't allow for it, and I always paint this bucket white. I've shared this DIY with you guys painted white, and so I thought, you know what, let's just leave it 10. I thought that might be kind of a little bit more rustic and cute, and we might go back in and paint it. We might go back in and rust it. I don't know. I'm going to see what I do for spring, but I kind of want to leave my options open. Now, I am taking some wire cutters, and I robbed these from Mr. Romantic's garage, and I'm just trimming these down and then popping them into kind of the front of the little tin. You want to make it look like it's blooming. You don't just want to put them all down in the same spot. The next thing I wanted to do was take some little moss and just pop some little moss in and around the flower bucket to kind of cover up those styrofoam places. And here is how our flowers and garden tin look. I popped it into my little Valentine's Day roses just to kind of show you that you guys can mix these together. It's okay. Have fun with it. Get creative. Decorate with what makes your heart smile. I feel like that's what decorating really is about. It is your space. It's your oasis to come home to. Make it fabulous. Do what's in your budget and just love on your home. So thank you guys so much for being here. It is a true blessing and an honor as always. And as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know, what is your favorite DIY in this video? What sparked your imagination? What sparked your creativity? What are you guys going to be attempting? Do you still have Christmas trees up? Are you decorating for Valentine's Day, spring, winter? I really need to know, how is everybody doing? Is everybody hanging in there? I love y'all, and I'm so proud of everybody that's posting over my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group page. It's such a fun little community. If you guys haven't joined over there, it's free, it's fun, it's just a great way to escape and lift your spirits and focus on crafting and decorating. I think we all need a place where we can just kind of get away and be positive and joyful. Now, don't forget to subscribe and comment down below so you guys can enter my giveaway. And I have to know, okay, what state do you live in? Comment down below to enter my giveaway, and that'll give you guys another entry. I'm going to be announcing the winner on the 14th of January. So just keep out for that. So I love y'all. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. There's Benji Bear again. I just had to pop him in there. I know that brings a lot of y'all joy to see my cats and puppy dogs. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Decorate a Christmas tree using inexpensive items from the Dollar Tree. So starting out, I'm going to use these felt heart ornaments. They are 10 to a pack and they're really beautiful. They're perfect for decorating a little Christmas tree for Valentine's Day. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the first Christmas tree I have ever decorated for Valentine's Day. So I'm just using some Christmas tree hooks and I'm threading them through the top of the little felt ornament, and they hook directly on to the Christmas tree. Now I'm going in with some little pink felt ornaments, and these are a smaller ornament, and actually they're not really an ornament, but I thought they worked perfectly for this. So if you all are like me and you want to keep kind of a cozy glow going in your home by keeping a smaller Christmas tree up, or maybe you even want to do a larger Christmas tree, I've been seeing so many of you all are keeping your larger Christmas tree up in your living rooms, dining rooms, kitchens, and it's casting such that cozy glow. This is a great little idea to fill out a tree. So these, again, like I said, come 10 to a pack at Dollar Tree, and they really fill out your tree really nicely. Just use your Christmas ornament hooks and voila, you have a fabulous little tree. So super easy, because I know Valentine's Day is kind of like a short holiday to decorate with. Now you could also think about doing this also with the paper doilies that you can find at Dollar Tree. I do recommend the felt ones, just because they're a little bit sturdier. Now this is about a 3.5 foot mini tree. We found these at Walmart. And then I'm also taking these little Dollar Tree heart picks. These are super cute. These come 6 to a pack, and I'm just picking them into this little Christmas tree. So for a couple of bucks, you guys can make a really festive little Valentine's Day tree. And even if you didn't have these, you could also just cut some little hearts out and maybe hole punch them. Maybe you have some pink or white cardstock on hand or some construction paper. Now I'm also using these little white roses, and I didn't go out and buy these roses. I already had these in my craft stash from last spring. So dig into some of maybe your spring or summer stash. Get creative. A Valentine's Day tree really doesn't have to cost anything, and this is just, again, a fun, cozy way to add a little bit of sunshine to your day and a little bit of romance to your home. And here is how my very first Valentine's Day Christmas tree turned out. And I am going to share with you all some more Valentine's Day Christmas tree, Valentine's Day tree ornaments a little bit later in this video. So keep watching, as well as I have a surprise giveaway in this video as well. So have fun with it, get creative, and go for it. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how to make a super cute Valentine's Day mailbox. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree. It's a tall gift box left over from Christmas, and then I'm taking this gift wrap that has obviously seen better days, but it is kind of some cute pink and white gift wrap that I had left over from a birthday party gift. I'm just going to hot glue it around this gift box, and this is kind of a taller gift box. I think maybe it was intended for wine, so just think about this, look in your party section, maybe find a wine box or just a taller box. Maybe you could even glue a couple of boxes on top of each other to create this craft. And then I'm going to fold my edges over and make a nice little neat seam here. Now you don't necessarily have to hot glue this. You could also just use Scotch tape or even maybe some Elmer's glue as well. But I like the instant results of craft glue. I like the instant results of the hot glue. So that's why I'm using hot glue here. Also, a lot of you all asked me about my hot glue gun. It's a Chandler hot glue gun, and I get it off of Amazon. I'm going to link it for you guys in my Amazon store in the description box below. Now, I just hot glued this super adorable little heart Dollar Tree Valentine's Day mailbox to the top of this. And then I decided to go one step extra and add this little Valentine's Day sign to the front of my mailbox. I originally thought I was going to, use the signs all the way around them, and then I didn't really feel like that was necessary. I thought maybe just like a cute little wood piece to the front. So I very carefully removed the 10 hearts from the front of this Dollar Tree sign. Now be really careful when you're removing them because it has a tendency to pull the little part of the sign off. And then I just added some hot glue to that, and then I re-hot glued the 10 pieces to the sign back onto the front of that. And also be careful when you're hot gluing the little 10 pieces of the hearts back on, because the 10 does get hot with the hot glue. I learned that the hard way a couple of years ago when I was gluing Dollar Tree 10, that heats up really hot. So just be careful right there, guys. Okay, so then there you guys have it. You have a fun and fabulous, really easy little Dollar Tree mailbox, and it only costs you a couple of dollars with your mailbox and your little sign if you choose to do that. And then maybe you can repurpose a box, super easy peasy. And then you can put little love notes in there for your loved ones, or you could fill it with a box of candies or maybe a little stuffy and some goodies. Such a cute little way to decorate. I did one of these for Christmas, and you can pop it by your little Valentine's Day tree and make a little decor piece. So fun and fabulous on a budget. Now for the next DIY, I want to share with you all how you can take your Christmas tree wreath. This is just a wreath I had left over from Christmas. I got it at Walmart. And then I'm going to use this burlap, and I'm just going to add the burlap to the Christmas tree wreath by taking the branches and crossing the branches over the burlap, and then making little burlap poofs, kind of in the same way you would use when you're using like deco mesh. So I'm making about 8 to 10 inch poofs, and then I'm crossing the evergreen over on the burlap and then pulling those poofs out. And I do that until I get to the end of the first round of burlap. Now for this wreath, because it's a little bit full, I decided I wanted to make another round of burlap, and I went on the outside edge of the wreath just to make it look a little bit bigger and fuller. That's a little tip or trick I have for you guys. If you want to make your wreath look a little bit rounder and fuller, you can go on the outer edge of that evergreen wreath with your burlap or your mesh. So also say you're not using burlap, say you want to use deco mesh. You can use deco mesh in the exact same style that I'm using this burlap in, and just crisscross those branches over and just run it around the edge and do about 8 to 10 inch poofs, and kind of pull that burlap or mesh out, and then continue to rim it around the wreath. And you can tell that I'm just kind of gathering it and poofing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Have fun with it. Now I'm adding in this cute little Dollar Tree tag sign. It says "Love is all you need." It has the adorable little red truck with the hearts blooming out. And then I decided that I wanted to add a bow. So I'm using my Easy Bow Maker, which you guys can find on Deco Exchange. Is a great place to buy it from. I love Damon. He runs Deco Exchange. He's a great guy. Grab it from him. He's a small business and I love supporting small businesses. Okay, so for this bow, I'm going to use this beautiful ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to go 6 inches across on my bow, and then I'm going to add this Dollar Tree ribbon. It's heart ribbon, and then I'm going to make it about the same size, but I'm going to begin to go a little bit smaller as I go back and forth. Now, I love making my Olivia bows. If you're new, welcome. I love to make bows. I have a huge bow video for you on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. I'll leave it in the description box below, and you guys can make the easy Olivia bow that has no tools, or you can follow this tutorial as well. So you just keep making your loop. That easy bow maker is going to hold it. You see the center prong, and so you can just take the ribbon and move the ribbon back and forth. As you guys can see, it's really super easy. That little center point just holds your bow, and I'm just making it a little bit smaller as I go. Now, don't forget to dovetail your ends and fluffy up your bow. I kind of do that as I go, so by the time I'm done making my bow, it's kind of all done for me. That's kind of a little cheat on this easy bow maker, you guys. I kind of really love it. Okay, and so I'm also just going to finish up this bow with a pretty little heart ribbon. All of this ribbon is from Dollar Tree, believe it or not, except for that black and white harlequin ribbon at the end. Now I'm going to pinch it in the center, and I'm going to tie it all off nice and pretty with a little pipe cleaner. You're not going to see your pipe cleaner, trust me. So pick whatever color pipe cleaner you love. You can match it to your project or not. This is for my home, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to pop it into my wreath just by attaching it with my pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to give it a nice little fluffing. The next thing I want to do is add in some more ribbon to tie in that ribbon. This step is totally optional. If you guys know me, I love lots of ribbon and bows. So again, you guys can leave this out or you can add it in. Now I'm going to dovetail my ends by cutting that little triangle on the end of each one of my ribbon, as you guys can see, and then I'm just going to add a loop right here and then tuck that in to my little wreath here. And I didn't even add any type of wire or anything. I just tucked it in by crossing the evergreen over on the ribbon. So you guys can see I'm just taking that ribbon and making a giant loop, and then I'm tucking it into the wreath by crossing the evergreen over onto the loops. It's super easy. It's totally just, you guys can do this. Super easy. And then you can even curl your ribbon up if you want. So I added a kind of a layer of ribbon off to the left, a layer of ribbon at the bottom, and that kind of gives me like a heart shape effect to the wreath. Now I took one of those Dollar Tree hanging signs and I broke it apart, and I added it into the wreath to just give it that extra zhuzh. Again, this is totally optional. I also added in some pretty Dollar Tree roses. They have some really realistic roses there right now. Pick those up, they're great. They are $1 a piece, which is a little bit much. They have some that are 3 for $1, or the dollar ones that are looking realistic to me. You guys go for it. Dig into your rose stash if you have some on hand and use those. Have fun with it. Get creative. And then I just add in, again, these little extra hearts just for some zhuzh. And then here is how it turned out. Love is all you need. Spread some joy. Spread some cheer with a fun little wreath. This is definitely going to go somewhere inside of my home, or it might go on my front door. We shall see. I love making these wreaths for a pop of color in the winter months. It just gives so much joy to my home to have this little extra special sparkle and shine. And I really do feel like love is all you need. I also have this sign next to my coffee maker. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I do share a good morning cup of coffee with you every morning. I just feel like this love is all you need is such a great reminder to love on everybody. Okay, for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super easy, fun little Dollar Tree doily fan. Now, you're going to take a Dollar Tree doily, and this is the larger doily, and you're just going to take and you're going to accordion style it from the bottom to the top. So you're just going to fold it from the bottom up to the top. So you fold it and then you fold it just like an accordion. I hope that makes sense. Watch the tutorial, watch my hands. So I used the white one first, and then I'm going to do a pink one the same way. So you start at the bottom, you fold it, and then you fold it back, you fold it forward, you fold it back, you fold it forward, just until you get to the top. And you're going to do that with the pink one. So basically what we want to make. So I'm going to show you that again with the pink one. Okay, so you start from the bottom, you fold it up, and then you take and you fold it back, and then you fold it up and then you fold it back. Just like when you're a little kid in grade school and you're really hot sitting in your classroom, which we used to get, and you would make yourself like a little paper fan. Hopefully that can click for anybody that got confused by my instruction. I felt like that was way harder than I was meaning for it to be. And then you're just going to fold it in half. So you're making like a little paper fan. And then you can tuck these in together and you can make like a really cute little pink and white fan. And I thought these would be really fun to make for our Christmas trees, because if you kind of notice in my Christmas tree, I felt like there was some gaps, and I felt like these doilies were too big to just push into this little small tree. So I thought this would be a fun little way to kind of make like a little fan plume, as you guys might want to call it, or maybe I'll call it that. And so just take a piece of tape and tape around the base of it. Really, I wanted to staple it together. I felt like that would be more stable, but I couldn't find my stapler for the life of me. Literally, I dug through all of my crafting supplies. There was not a stapler to be found anywhere, you guys. So now I'm going to take a cute little Dollar Tree felt sticker and just pop that into the front of my little Dollar Tree doily fan, and voila, we have an instant fabulous little ornament on a budget. And these would be fun to make with kids because there's absolutely no hot glue involved. There's very little work that you have to do, and you can make literally hundreds of these. And the Dollar Tree doilies, I think they come about 20 to 30 to a pack, depending upon what size you have. And so you guys could just litter your tree with tons of these, especially if you have like a larger Christmas tree that you're trying to decorate on a budget. You know, you don't want to probably spend a ton on Valentine's Day decor, or maybe, you know, you want to make it look really pretty and full and fabulous, but you don't want to break the bank. So I thought this would be a fun little idea for you guys to share, and especially if you guys can do it with your kiddos or grandkids, even better. So just a little funsy. I'd love to see you guys' take on this. And also Dollar Tree does sell red doilies in case you guys are doing a red tree. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you guys how to jazz up the Dollar Tree wooden hearts. So I have a variety of little goodies here. I have some burlap rosettes. These are from my craft stash, and I found these on burlapfabric.com, or you guys can make your own. I think I did a tutorial for you all last year on my burlap rosettes. I'll try to repost that on my Facebook page or Instagram for you guys. I also thought it would be fun to take some of the little Dollar Tree heart stickers and pop those on to the wooden hearts, especially if you're crafting these with kids and you don't want to run the risk of having them play with the hot glue guns, or you just don't want the hassle of a hot glue gun. Another thing that would be fun to use on the wooden hearts are some bling. You guys know I am totally in love with the totallydazzle.com. Natalie is my girl. She is so sweet, and she has a little small business where she sells bling, and her bling is beautiful. I love to support a small business, and look at how gorgeous this is. And it is so inexpensive. Her bling is like $1.50 each. And also you guys can make memory hearts. So maybe you have some of your grandma's or mother's jewelry, or your sister or your aunt, and you want to remember them. You can make a beautiful tree with hearts and use their jewelry. I think that's really a sweet idea as well. I know we've done something like that with my husband's mother's jewelry, and it's a great way to remember a loved one by as well. And so those are just some ideas on how you can do some really beautiful hearts for a Valentine's Day Christmas tree or a romantic Christmas tree. And then the next thing I thought that would be a really sweet little romantic touch for your wooden hearts would be to add some Dollar Tree lace. So they have this crocheted lace. It's really in the crafters section at your Dollar Tree. And so all you have to do is tie like a little shoelace bow in the top with your lace. And when I say shoelace bow, it's just like a bow that you would use when you're tying your shoelace, and you hot glue that to the top of your heart, and then you have a really sweet little bow, and that can instantly be popped onto your tree. You can use a little Christmas ornament hanger to pop that on, or you can just slide that onto your tree branch. Super easy, fun, and fabulous on a budget, and also a great memory maker.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you vivid colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
And here is how some of those really sweet little wooden ornaments turn out. I think they make a great addition to the tree. In addition to the little felt ornaments that we added and the sweet little paper doily fans, I feel like the little jeweled ornaments with the wooden accents just really bring things to life. They just add that kind of shabby chic touch, and you could always customize these to your colors. Maybe you're decorating your Valentine's Day tree with purples or turquoise or reds, whatever color you love. Paint those hearts, suit them to your fancy, have fun with it, get creative, and go for it.
Wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how to make a beautiful Christmas tree, Valentine's Day tree topper using Dollar Tree ribbon. So you may be having a hard time finding pink ribbon for your Valentine's Day tree at the Dollar Tree. Well, you guys can think outside the box and use some Easter ribbon. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree ribbon and using my easy bow maker, I'm going to make a quick little easy bow, and it's going to be about a 6-inch bow. So you're going to go back and forth on your bow maker about 3 times with about a 5 to 6 inch bow, and there you have an almost instant bow. And then you can add to that, or you can have that as is. Don't forget to dovetail your ends by cutting a little triangle in the end. Now you guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie, so I had to add a little bit more zhuzh, a little bit more pop of color and dimension. I had a little bit of extra ribbon left over, which this easy bow maker is amazing for using up extra ribbon. This ribbon is also from the Dollar Tree. It kind of has a little bit more of a burlap texture, which I love adding in more textures. So I popped that in, and this is about a 4-inch cut. And then I decided to go even a little bit further and add some lace. Now, the lace is not wired, so it's going to be a little bit floppy, but if you add it in at the very last and just add a small touch of it, it doesn't do too bad. So I always tell you guys to always use wired ribbon, but I'm making an exception here for our Valentine's Day tree because we have to have that touch of romance, you guys. Now tie off your pretty easy bow with a little pipe cleaner here, okay? And then you have a fabulous tree topper on a budget using Dollar Tree ribbon and a little bit of lace. I did have that lace in my craft stash, so dig into your craft stash, see what you guys can find, and then I'm just going to attach that with my little pipe cleaner and give it a good fluffing. Now the secret to my bow, I always tell you guys, is a nice healthy good fluffing. And also, so many of you will ask where to get the easy bow maker. I suggest getting it off of Deco Exchange. Damon is a friend of mine and he is amazing. He has tons of craft ribbon and these awesome little bow makers. So definitely go check him out. He's a small business and I'd love to support a small business. So as always, I ask you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video. And I have a secret question for you guys. I have a little giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a $50 Walmart gift card for you guys. You guys can use it on anything, craft supplies, groceries, whatever you guys need. The secret question is, have you taken your Christmas tree down? And if you have not, have you decorated for Valentine's Day with your Christmas tree? I would love to know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are up to. I can't wait to see your posts on Facebook. I love y'all and happy crafting. The first Dollar Tree DIY. I want to take these Dollar Tree candy canes. I had them left over from Christmas, and I'm going to take a piece of pipe cleaner and wire the base and wire the top and make a heart-shaped wreath. So I've had this idea in my head, and I want to make kind of like a greenery transition from winter to spring wreath. So I'm basically going to be using some leftover Christmas decor, which are these 2 candy canes. Here's how it should look after you have wired both pieces together. And then I'm going to take this greenery piece, and this is just a super cheap evergreen piece from Walmart. And I'm just going to take and crisscross the branches over on themselves and run it down kind of that center line of the candy cane wreath form. Now you guys can use any kind of greenery here. The evergreen is really great to use on a wire wreath form because it will kind of fill it in. The other idea I have for you all, if you don't have spare greenery, is you all could use some deco mesh. So just take some deco mesh and make some bundles until you get all the way around your wreath form, and then you'll have kind of a poof, or you could even wrap this as well with some pretty ribbon. I just want to give you guys some different ideas, but for this one I'm going to cover it in greenery, and then I'm going to cover it in some leftover spring greenery that I had from last year. I believe originally I got this at Michael's, and I only had a couple of random pieces. I'm sure I used the heck out of it and don't have any other left over, so I'm just really kind of digging into my craft stash here and using what I already have. So again, I'm just taking the branches of this garland and crossing them over on themselves, and you're probably going to notice at the base of this wreath there's a big giant chunk of greenery. I'm crafting upside down and backwards, so I couldn't really quite see that. So for the next part of this DIY, I'm going to take some leftover Christmas ribbon, and this is actually Mackenzie Child's ribbon. I believe they're having a really good sale, or they were, on some of their decor and possibly their ribbon, so definitely check their site for ribbon. Now this ribbon is a little bit high end, and I am using my easy bow maker to make this bow. So I do have neuropathy in my hands. Sometimes my hands just giving me problems. The winter is the worst on them. So anyway, I'm going to take the ribbon and go side to side. This is going to be a 5-inch bow, and I believe I did 4 loops. So this easy bow maker is about $13 on Deco Exchange. You can buy it in craft stores. You can also buy it on Amazon. It's cheapest, I believe, on Deco Exchange though. So I'm taking it and just doing the loops back and forth, and that little center prong is like your hand, and it just holds it for you, and you can kind of arrange and fluff your bow, which is what I really love. It just gives you a lot of control over your ribbon that you may not have, or if you're like me and you just have a problem holding that ribbon because it gets kind of full in the center, this is really a great option. You guys can also go back on Make My Olivia bow. It's a bow that you guys can make very similar to this one without using any tools. So I'm going to take and tie this bow off with a pipe cleaner and just cross it over on the back, and then easy peasy. Now for a bow for this wreath, you guys use whatever ribbon you all have on hand and use it to match your decor. So my idea for this is to do kind of like a cute little Mackenzie Child's wreath. I have some Mackenzie Child's pieces and also some dupes that I've crafted that are going to be in my dining room. And so I kind of wanted to have a wreath that would go along with that and make it kind of a little bit more neutral. I've done several Valentine's Day wreaths already for the 2021 season, so you guys can pop back on some of those Valentine's videos. Now I'm taking some roses, and these are just some roses that I actually found off 80% off Michael's craft store. They're on clearance. So you guys pop into your craft store if you have the opportunity, or just dig out some roses you may have left over from last spring, and Dollar Tree even has some really cute roses I've been crafting with. The next thing I'm doing is I'm taking some of this thrift store greenery and I'm just popping it off stem by stem and beginning to fill out the spots where the evergreen is showing. I really don't want a lot of evergreen showing in this wreath. It's okay if a little bit of it shows through. It is kind of winter to spring wreath, but I kind of would like it to just be more greenery. I'm ready kind of for some pops of green, and so here is how it turned out. I did end up putting greenery over the base of that evergreen at the bottom that you guys probably kept noticing, and I did just use a couple of little simple roses in this. So if you guys know me, this is actually a really simple wreath, and so I kind of wanted it to keep it that way. I wanted the greenery mainly to show and just add a couple of roses. I've done several rows of florals in my home, so I have a lot of that in my living room. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys another wreath idea, and this one we're doing a little bit different. So this is going to be a stuffed animal wreath, and I'm actually creating this for my little niece. So she's a super huge fan of horses and unicorns, and I happened to pop into Dollar Tree and they had these cute little unicorns as well as a bunch of little Valentine's Day stuffed animals. So I picked up about 12 or 13 of these that are going to go in this wreath, and then I'm just going to tie them at the top around the neck with a little ribbon. So this is just a little XOXO Valentine's wreath, and her birthday actually was about a month ago, but we're having to celebrate it late. And my idea for this is for this to be part of her gift, and then so she can kind of untie the ribbon if she wants to, or if she just wants to leave the wreath put together, she can do that as well. I thought this would just be such a fun way to give her some stuffed animals. And you know, she's 6 years old, and so I remember when I was little like that, I thought all my stuffed animals were real. And my mom also painted her room for her, and so I thought this might be some pretty new room decor that would just be really like kid friendly and give her something to look at. I've never seen or done a wreath like this, so I just thought this would be so fun. And also, here's an idea for you guys. You guys can use some of your kiddos' stuffed animals that they already have. My kiddos are grown pretty much almost now, and so we don't have a lot of stuffed animals like we used to, but I would totally do this if we still did. So again, I'm just using some Dollar Tree ribbon, and I'm tying the little stuffed animals around their neck, and I'm just tying them in a bow tie. So again, if she wants to pull the little stuffed animals off, all she has to do is pull that bow tie, and she can pop one off and play with it. She can do whatever she wants with it. This is all for her. So and you guys notice I kind of staggered the stuffed animals where it's like a little puppy dog and a bear, and I did like the different colors, but I kind of tried to coordinate it to where it made sense. I hope that makes sense. Like I kind of tried to coordinate the colors where, you know, they were all kind of mixed in, you know, every other one, I guess you would say. So anyway, but the Dollar Tree stuffed animals are they were perfect for this because they're a small size. They're only $1. Oh, another idea for you guys would be to go to the thrift store and pick up stuffed animals. You may even be able to get them cheaper like that. I'm going to make a really quick little double loop bow. So you're just going to take your ribbon, double it up on itself, and then tie it like you're tying your shoelaces. And then I'm going to pop that into the top. So for this wreath, I used some Dollar Tree Valentine's Day teddy bears and some little gorillas and some of these little unicorns that I had picked up for her. So I really hope she loves it and she's surprised by it. She's such a little doll, and I know that she loves her stuffed animals, and she really, really, really loves horses. And I hope that this will be a really great birthday surprise for her, and it will bring a smile to her face. And I hope it also inspires you all to create something for your kiddos or grandkids, especially if they're little. I just think this would also be really great for a nursery decor idea. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys a cute little Dollar Tree gift basket and DIY vase. So I'm going to take some Dollar Tree goodies and this little gold basket, and then just some tissue paper, and I folded the tissue paper to where I could pop it down into the basket. These gold baskets are really neat. I think they make a gift. After you've given the gift, you have a cute little basket to reuse, and I'm going to set that aside. And then with this little Dollar Tree vase, I'm going to use some of the vase filler, and I'm actually going to use it as a vase filler. It looks really cute pop down into here. And again, you could probably craft and reuse this once you're done with it, or your friend or family member may want to do something fun with it. The next idea I had was to take those little love picks. So Dollar Tree carries a packet of picks, and they spell out love, and then they have a couple of little hearts in there. And I've been racking my brain on how to use these, and I thought, let's make a little love vase. So I'm just popping the LOVE off of the ends of the picks, and I'm hot gluing it, cascading down the front of this cute little vase. Once I had that finished, here is how it looked. The next thing I wanted to do was just pop a couple of the little love picks down into the vase, and you could always like hot glue those little top vase fillers to the top if you wanted to. I wanted the love picks to be popped in here because I decided it'd be really adorable to pop one of those little Dollar Tree Valentine's Day monkeys into the top of the vase. I don't know what about these monkeys, but they always catch my eye. I think they're really stinking cute. Okay, so once I had that done, I'm just going to pop in some little Valentine's Day related goodies that I picked up from Dollar Tree, starting with this little Be My Valentine Day book. And then they had these like little, hand wash gloves type things, and this cute little bath poof, and some little candies, and then a candle. And then I decided to make a little bow. I'm using my easy bow maker, not really for sure why. It's just a cute little easy bow here, but I wanted to doll this basket up just a little bit further so you guys can really get creative with this. Create something for your loved one, a teacher, a neighbor, a friend, a kiddo, a grandkid. Do something special to brighten somebody's day. I promise you it will pay off in spades. So I'm just going to tie a little bow to the side of this. I already have a friend in mind that I'm going to be giving this to, so I'm really excited for that. But I'm just going to tie my little easy bow on here, and then voila, I have a fabulous little gift that only cost a couple of dollars, but they'll hopefully make my friend's heart sparkle and shine. Now I'm going to dovetail my ends of my ribbon, and by dovetailing I mean I'm going to cut a little triangle in an upwards direction. That way it looks really nice and boutique finished. And here is how it looks, all fluffed up and ready to go. The next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to take a pack of those Dollar Tree felt hearts. I really love these. They look like little doilies, and I'm just going to take some of this Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm going to string the ribbon on the hearts. So to make the little ribbon banner, you're going to poke the ribbon up through the little loop on the heart and then poke it down through, and that should get it to go perfectly on there where you can slide your hearts on to your little banner. And I'm just using this cute little Valentine's Day ribbon from Dollar Tree. These were so fun and easy to make, and you guys could also probably do this with paper doilies, but again, I do love these little felt goodies. I can't remember. You guys comment down below by leaving me a heart and let me know, did Dollar Tree have these last year? I really cannot remember. Sometimes from year to year I'll see something and think, wow, this is new, only to find out that maybe it wasn't as new as I thought, or I'll find new things and just be completely blown away. The other little tip I have for you on stringing these hearts is to take a little pipe cleaner or like a little safety pin and wrap it around the end of your ribbon, and that will help you push it through those little felt heart little doodly dads at the top a little bit easier. So make a beautiful little heart banner. I think these are so cute, and I was going for all neutrals like in my living room, dining room, and then it just was too neutral, and so I had to redecorate again. You guys, I just love decorating and sharing with you guys so many ideas, and it may change tomorrow, trust me. The next thing I decided to add was some of the little Dollar Tree stickers. So they just come in like a 12 to 20 pack. I'm not totally for sure, but this is like a no glue project, which I love. So you guys can just take and pop the little backing off the sticker and pop it directly onto the felt. And honestly, I feel like this looks like something, that you would buy in a packet at TJ Maxx or Hobby Lobby for about $10 or $12. And you made it for $2, maybe $3, I guess, if you had to buy the ribbon. And I think it's adorable. And I'll share with you guys how I used it. So fun and fabulous on a budget. So here is how it looks after I was done with it. I have this little shelf in my dining room and I just popped it on to the top part of this shelf. And then now to share with you all how I made these white bling hearts. So the other day I shared with you guys how to take some of these Dollar Tree sparkling foam hearts, which honestly, they're absolutely adorable in their pink and red form. I'm using them in some other areas as is, but for my dining room, I did want to go ahead and just paint them in this neutral white. And I did chalk paint them with my Waverly White chalk paint. You can pick that up at Walmart. Now I used 2 coats of paint and it did take overnight to dry. So this is like day 2 on this project. If you guys want to see the last video, I shared with you guys a big DIY in my living room. So now I'm just taking some ribbon and I'm going to hot glue some ribbon back into place on the back of these adorable little hearts. Now the next step for creating these fabulous hearts is to add some bling jewels to the top. I love these bling jewels. They're from Natalie at totallydazzle.com. She is a total doll, you guys. She has a small business and her bling is absolutely gorgeous and it's so inexpensive. It's about $1.50 each. And then I think even right now she's running a 30% off coupon. So I'll leave a link for her site down below for you guys to go check that out if you need some craft bling. If you don't need craft bling and you already have jewels in your stash, go for it with that. Now I did have to hot glue the little brooches on there. Originally thought I was just going to be able to use the foam to adhere them to, but now you can see that I'm gluing those just to get them to secure on there because it makes them a little bit top heavy and the brooch kind of just needs that extra bit of security. So now I'm popping them on to my little dining room shelf and then I just put my little heart banner above that. I love the white and red kind of contrast. I just think it looks really sharp in here and it goes really well with the gray walls. And a lot of you all have been asking me about my gray walls. It's Repose Gray by Sherwin-Williams. That is the color that we painted our walls. And we actually did a 2-tone. I think that the bottom part is just like a pure white and then the top part is a Repose Gray. And Mr. Romantic and I did that before shut down last year in about March. And so that was quite a little project that kept us busy. But I really liked the results and he even did the little trim right there in the center part. And I have a big reveal for you guys in my studio. We did a very similar project. So for the next DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a super adorable Dollar Tree bow. So I'm taking the Dollar Tree wired ribbon and this just has like little hearts imprinted on it and then my easy bow maker. And I want to make a cute little bow for the top of this. It's just like a little birdcage topper. I don't know. It's just like a little topper thing. I found it at the thrift store. I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to take my easy bow maker and I'm going to make a 6-inch bow on either side. So it's going to be 12 inches total, but 6 inches on either side. And I know that Deco Exchange has this bow maker as well as other places like Michael's. You can use your coupon. You can order it off Amazon, which I did, which I paid way more than I should have, but at the time I just didn't know. So I definitely recommend Deco Exchange for this bow maker. So again, I'm just going to go do 6 inches across on either side, and then that's going to give me 3 loops for my bow, and that's about all I was able to get out of the Dollar Tree ribbon. So don't discount the Dollar Tree ribbon. Honestly, you guys can make some really fun little projects. And if you're like me and you love to use tons of bows pretty much everywhere, you might want to try to get your ribbon on a budget like I do. Now, a lot of you all are asking me as well, where else can you find ribbon? Because sometimes it's really difficult to find it at Dollar Tree. And I totally hear you. I was not able to find very much Valentine's Day ribbon this year. I just wasn't able to get out as much as I wanted. And so I like to go to Hobby Lobby too. I think their ribbon is pretty good, and you can always use a coupon, and so you can get a pretty good price there. And then the other place I also order ribbon off of is Amazon. You can also look at Michael's Craft Store, and then I've even been known to get ribbon at Walmart. So there's really multiple places you guys can get ribbon. Now, always try to use wired ribbon when you can. And then I just tied my little bow off in the center with a pipe cleaner. It's super easy. You guys, these easy bow makers are truly really, really easy. Especially too if you guys have problems in your hands like I do. So it just really helps out sometimes. Now, I will leave my Olivia bow video. I have a huge bow video sharing with you guys so many different ways to make bows without tools. Lately, I've just been using this. I go on a kick. Like sometimes I'll use my bow maker in a bunch of videos, and then sometimes I'll stop and just do the Olivia bow over and over. So it just really depends. Now that I've tied on my little bow to the top of my cute little vintage doodly dad birdcage topper thing, I'm going to share with you guys kind of like a little vignette idea. So I also found this cake plate at the thrift store, and then I popped a little felt Dollar Tree heart on there, and then my little Pioneer Woman mini cake plate with some faux muffins that I got off Amazon. They look so realistic. They're so fun to decorate with. I'll also leave those in my Olivia's Romantic Home Amazon store. You guys, they're so cute, and they're not that expensive really. And if you guys are like me and you just love to decorate and look like you're a fresh food baker, but really you're not slaving away at the oven, these might be something you guys want to pop into your decor. So here is how it looks after we're finished making our bow and making this cute little vignette. Now I have to share with you guys my trusty assistant, Benji Bear. I am hearing that he has some super fans out there, so I had to share with you guys some footage for everybody that loves to see Benji Bear. He was so playful today, you guys. Usually he kind of will like sleep through me talking to you guys and doing my intros, but today he wanted to be all in, all hands on deck, and so I took some time to play with him afterwards, and I've been working on getting him to fetch his toys and then bring him back to me and trying to get him to drop them. Sometimes he gets a little bit too excited though, and doesn't want to focus on playing fetch, but he has been having so much fun with, I got this new little bone from TJ Maxx, but Walmart seems to have some toys that seem to last a little bit longer. So I just thought that you guys really might enjoy seeing him in action, learning some of his new tips and tricks on fetching that little kiss me bone. And here he is lounging in the kitchen. So because I've been working on my craft studio, I've had to be doing all my crafting at the dining room table. So I tried to give him a little setup close to me in the kitchen. It didn't really quite work because he was confused as to why his bed was in the kitchen and ended up dragging it back into the living room. So here is all the DIY crafty decor projects we did today. As always, comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video. I'll be excited to hear what you guys think about this. I'll also be announcing the winner of my $50 Walmart giveaway across all my social medias today. So check my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you're following me and subscribe to be able to enter those giveaways.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique a gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and punch that bell. Click all. It will update you every single time I post a new video. I post a ton of crafting and decorating on a budget, and I truly believe that crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. So remember, no matter where you're at in your crafting and decorating skills or process, keep up the
good work. I definitely know I've had a ton of crafting and decorating fails, but every time I learn something and I get just a little bit better. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work, and also just in life in general. Sometimes things can be challenging, but if we keep putting one foot in front of the other, you just never know where you're gonna get. So I just want to encourage you guys on that front. And also pop over to my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. I have a free little group page you guys can join. It's just totally for us to have a place to post photos of our home decor and DIY projects. And also don't forget to enter my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. I like to spoil you guys with some crafting and decorating, and so there's always usually some kind of giveaway going on, so check that out as well. So anyway, I'll let you guys get back to your day. I love y'all to the moon and back. Thank you so much for being here. It's truly a blessing and an honor for me to get to share what I love with you all. And also remember that you guys can change up the paint colors and the ribbon colors on any of my ideas to match your home decor or your seasonal decorating. So thank you guys again. I can't wait for our next video, and until then, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye bye.
That I love you.